Thank you very much, D-Man. Indeed, Kevin is joining us here after a fantastic win versus Alliance. I want to talk first about your reaction because you were almost brotherly hugging Cotnex there after the victory. Tell us what it felt like to beat this Alliance.
So for us, it meant a lot because Alliance is a really good team and they're really strong right now and performing really good. So we had to do our best and show really what we can, and I think we did. So with Cotnex, we have a great individual skilled player, and he knows what he has to do and how he can carry when he has the lead. So he won't he won't be scared to say, I want this farm, I want this farm. So it's really good. It's really nice to have a player like that.
I have to be that guy, though, and say this is the final week. You've won back-to-back matches, which is something you've not done all season long. Is that because of the roster change? Is that because you're feeling like you've got no pressure now that that place is locked in already in relegation?
I think it's a mix between both, maybe. We would have, maybe, no one knows, maybe if we would have swapped the player, I don't know, 3 weeks before, we would have maybe ended up higher in the ladder, but who knows? So we just did it now. We got kind of the confidence now with the new player, and we know we can do the plays and we can finish games out this time. We know what to do. So yeah.
We saw you in the preview video also saying how much it means to you. Can you elaborate a little bit? Because of course, you know what it is to be an LCS player. I can imagine you don't really know what it is to be anything else at this point in time. So how big is the pressure for you to keep being in the LCS?
So yeah, for me personally, it's the pressure is pretty big because yeah, as you said, I only know the LCS. I don't know how it would work in the Coke Zero League or something like that. So because it's kind of not like a full job, and it is a full job, so you never know. And so for me, it's really important to stay in the LCS. I think for the guys as well, and I think they realize that it's really important to stay here. So everyone is really improving every day and giving the best the next day as well.
What's the most important thing for you guys to work on right now? I mean, we've just seen, as I said, back-to-back wins. I guess even though it's a bad time because it's the end of the season, you're already locked into that position, it's also a good time because you need to improve, you need to win those games in the promotion tournament to stay in the LCS. What needs to be worked on here, and how has the addition of Cotnex and removal of RNA really changed the team dynamic?
So I think what we have to work on is kind of maybe our early game a bit. We are still a bit shaky there, just with 2v2 and maybe even 1v1 and stuff like that. Especially when lane swaps are up, we're kind of practicing that really hard in scrims. And yesterday versus SHC we did it, so it went good. Overall now, with Cotnex, the team dynamic is pretty good. Like everyone is pretty motivated and pumped up. And of course, we don't have the big motivator like Aranya anymore, the guys who always shouts and keeps us up. But now we have someone that is pretty calm. He knows how this game works, and he knows what calls he has to do.
All right, well, congratulations. Great win from you guys. Always great to hear from you. And of course, always great to hear from you guys at home. And today you've been sounding off on Twitter and at LOL Esports, because earlier we asked you who has been the most innovative European LCS player this split and why. And here are some of the players you highlighted. The first one is from @StefanosLol. I think Diamond is still the most innovative. Udyr, Shen, Xin Zhao, and the tank Eve. What pick? Hope they do well today. And to be frank, Diamond has done that for years.
Yeah, Diamond has always been the probably innovative jungler. We remember, if we look back to last year where he brought out Nasus and Volibear. I have to say one thing though, we talk about he's played Zed in the jungle, Shen, Udyr. They've not all been that effective. Skarner, of course, he played as well back around Valentine's Day. And to be honest, although they were new picks and first picks in the jungle, they've not been that successful for him this year.
Maybe he should try Heimerdinger jungle.
I wouldn't say no to that.
The second one is from @LucasFritas. Overpow. He brought the Spectral Raid Ziggs and Morta to the LCS, but recently we haven't seen that much of that anymore. Kevin, how was your experience playing against Rocket and that unknown factor of Overpow?
So Rocket at the beginning really strong. Now I feel they're a bit predictable what they will do. Like I don't want to say too much now, but yeah, I think we will have a plan against them, and I hope it will work out for us.
Yeah, be careful with that. And then the last tweet is from @HTT91. Integrated with the first Vel'Koz EU and constant threat of that Kayle support is an innovator.
Yeah, and it's hard to disagree with that one as well. He brought Kale in there. Vel'Koz in that game against Gambit, which was then replayed afterwards. Vel'Koz didn't work out. I think we saw the weak points of Vel'Koz in that game, his lack of mobility and how easy he is to jump on top of and close down. We've also seen, let's not forget, Galio support from N-Rated, which got them a win in that game. So he's definitely not afraid to pick something new and try it out, you know, in a very competitive environment and an environment where he needs the wins. It just shows, you know, how brave he is, I think, to do that kind of thing on a regular basis.
Absolutely, and it's also always great for us to see. And as for you guys, thank you for sending those in, and remember to keep tweeting to us throughout the week by using the hashtag LCS. It's time for us to go on a broadcast cooldown, but when we come back, Alex Ish and Gambit will be facing off against Overpow and Roccat. The action continues